are headed into a new chapter of COVID-19 vaccination distribution. Starting Monday, March the 29th, everyone ages 16 and older will be eligible for a COVID-19 vaccine regardless of occupation or health issues. Online registration for City County Health District vaccine clinics is open 24/7 at cctexas.com/vaccine registration. And the call center for vaccine registration is open Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. To register, please call 361-561-1101. And as of Tuesday, Texas has administered more than 9.3 million doses of the COVID-19 vaccine. So our state is quickly closing in on 10 million vaccine doses administered. In Nueces County, over 131 vaccines have been administered according to the Texas Department of State Health Services. Texas has about 29 million residents, nearly a quarter of whom are under the age of 18. Of the vaccine options, only the Pfizer vaccine is available for those 16 and up, while the Moderna and the Johnson & Johnson are only available for ages 18 and up. Accordingly, the Biden administration recently directed states to make the vaccine available to all adults by May the 1st, and Texas is ahead of that deadline. To recap vaccine administration for the City County Health District this week, 3 vaccination clinics were held on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at the Richard Borchard Fairgrounds. Monday's clinic administered first doses, and Tuesday and Wednesday's clinic administered second doses for people vaccinated between February 23rd through February 27th. Additionally, the Save Our Seniors Homebound, or SOS program, administered first dose vaccines this week as well. And I'm also proud to announce that the SOS hotline will open up again this Friday, March 26th at noon. So to register for the SOS program, seniors and homebound individuals can call the hotline at 1-888-728-0018. And I encourage everyone who is eligible to sign up for the program or help a senior or homebound individual sign up. We have the opportunity to protect some of our most vulnerable residents, and if you're able to help, I encourage you to please do so. To date, the Corpus Christi model for the Save Our Seniors Homebound program is being used across the state, or continues to be used across the state in 90 counties. While vaccine administration is taking place across the city, I still would like to encourage our residents to take precautions. The Texas Department of State and Health Services has notified the City County Health District about 2 additional cases of the UK variant B117 in Nueces County, bringing our total of reported cases to 3. So please, please stay vigilant and continue practicing good hygiene to protect yourself and those around you. So the 3 W's we still apply, and I want to remind everyone of that. They do work in keeping our COVID numbers down. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance around others. So as we move forward into the Easter holidays, we ask that those utilizing city parks for celebrations do not get complacent in their COVID safety protocols. I'd like to transition for a moment to discuss the upcoming Easter holiday. I know that for many of us, Easter of 2020 was not the celebration that we'd anticipated. However, this year, the city's working to create a fun and safe environment for your family to create great memories at our city parks. I'm glad to announce that Easter holiday camping will resume at Labonte Park with the new COVID protocols to protect visitors. Online reservations for campsites opened Tuesday at register.ccparksandrec.com for the weekend of Friday, April 2nd through Sunday, April 4th. Campsites have been reduced by 33% to accommodate social distancing, And for more information, residents can call our Parks and Rec department at 361-826-PLAY or 7529, or visit the city's website. The city will also be hosting a curbside extravaganza trunk and treat tomorrow on March the 26th from 5:30 to 7:30 at Salinas Park, located at 1354 Airport Road. And everyone participating is required to stay in their vehicles at all time for this fun-filled drive-through event. Children of all ages are invited to wave to the Easter Bunny and pick up some delicious treats while supplies last. So lastly, I'd just like to say that while we've experienced moments of trial, I want to remind everyone that our city has also come together and shown great resiliency. And I pray that by next Easter, the meaning of renewed daily hope and the gift of celebrating together without fear will be restored for all of us. So now we'll pause for a brief Spanish translation, and then we will hear from our County Judge, Barbara Canales.
A partir del lunes 29 de marzo, las personas mayores de 16 años serán elegibles para la vacuna COVID-19, independientemente de su ocupación o estado de salud. El registro en línea lo puede encontrar a la dirección www.cctexas.com/vaccine registration o al centro de llamadas de lunes a sábado de 10 de la mañana a 5 de la tarde al número 361-561-1101. Hasta este martes, Texas ha administrado más de 9.3 millones de dosis de la vacuna. En el condado de Nueces se han administrado más de 131,000 vacunas. De las opciones de vacunas, solo la vacuna Pfizer está disponible para mayores de 16 años. Moderna y Johnson & Johnson solo están disponibles para mayores de 18 años. Esta semana se llevaron a cabo 3 clínicas de vacunación en el Centro de Exposiciones Richard Borchardt. Hoy la ciudad, en asociación con Christus Bond, llevó a cabo una clínica en la Isla del Padre. Ahí se administró la vacuna Pfizer. El programa Save Our Seniors suministró vacunas de primera dosis esta semana. La línea para registros para personas de este programa abrirá mañana. Ese número es el 1-888-728-0018. El programa SOS ya se encuentra operando en 90 condados en el estado de Texas. Les seguimos pidiendo tomar todas sus precauciones, ya que se han detectado 3 casos adicionales de la variante B117 en el condado. En cuanto a la celebración de Pascua, los campamentos se reanudarán en el Parque Labonte con protocolos nuevos y le pedimos a los visitantes usar cubrebocas y mantener el distanciamiento social cuando se encuentren en los parques de la ciudad. Para más información puede acudir a la dirección ccparkandrec.com o para información adicional puede llamar al 826-PLAY, es 826-7529. El día de mañana también se va a llevar a cabo el programa Extravaganza Trunk and Treat en el Parque Salinas. Lo invitamos a que lleve a sus hijos y le pedimos que permanezca en su automóvil. Este evento se va a llevar a cabo de las 5:30 de la tarde a las 7:30.
Good afternoon, Barbara Canales, Nueces County Judge. It's been an incredible week. It's been an incredible week for vaccinations. And we have delivered in our city and county over 16,000 vaccinations at the Richard Borchardt Fairgrounds just on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And so when you put together all of the vaccinations that are occurring in our community, I can honestly tell you, I feel very satisfied that we are finally getting to that time that we said would come where vaccines would be available in more locations. Today, in smaller clinics, we reached populations that were also wanting very much to have vaccines come to their neighborhood, or as they say, their neck of the woods. And we did so today on North Padre Island at the Waves parking lot. And currently, right now, I was trying to get a quick update, but we are at Church Unlimited, also delivering doses of vaccine for second doses for teachers. Tomorrow, Nueces County will join hands with Christi Spawn in Port Aransas and deliver first doses, and we'll also be having the same team deliver second doses early next week. I'll tell you a little bit more about those clinics in a moment. Our work continues to reach the most vulnerable, whether they are in their homes via firefighters and EMS, whether they live in the city or the country. Last week, we saw a major I think, news break with regards to eligibility that went from age 65 and up to age 50 and up with no qualifying health conditions required. I think that made a significant improvement in our overall vaccine delivery because it opened it up for more people 50 and over to receive the vaccine. But here's some really exciting news, and that is on Monday, which is March 29th, eligibility statewide will go to all adults. And so I'm just really thinking that this is the best news ever. I've stood at this podium several times over the last few months and said it's time to open up vaccinations to all those who are seeking them. It definitely reflects the progress we've made as a nation to create, manufacture, and distribute vaccines. It also reflects a coordinated state effort to set up distribution hubs, such as the one that's being conducted in your community through city-county public health. And our success here as a city-county public health team was rewarded by proving we could distribute as much vaccine as we were given. We keep getting more, and we are distributing as many as are sent to us. In fact, we like to say we are down to the last drop. Vaccines do not sit on the shelf or a freezer here in Nueces County. And beyond our hubs, we are working with private providers who get allocation to help get their vaccine stock distributed. That's what happened today. Today's vaccines on the island, North Padre Island that is, and many of the nurses, in fact, I think almost 90% of the nurses today delivering the vaccines were provided by Christi Spawn. Nueces County brought the team out to help with logistics, to register patients, and to keep those lines moving. And I want to acknowledge and appreciate the generous spirit and hard work of the CEO, Dr. Osbert Blow, and the entire Christi Spawn health team. There is no doubt that when you see a team like this work, it's because there's a desire to do it. Their mission and their purpose in the healing ministries are perfectly exemplified when asked to stand up a clinic where we know vaccines are being asked for and where a city-county hub cannot deliver. I'm so grateful to that generosity of spirit, to that fulfillment of mission, and in my opinion, I know that this collaboration will continue to yield only positive results for our community. In fact, we will have 2 more clinics next week with Christi Spawn exclusively, and we're going to be looking to come to neighborhoods by you. Vaccine eligibility, as I said, is expanding. And human nature always says when something goes from being very scarce to being very available, the urgency to pursue it goes down. Isn't that odd? That we're all clamoring for something when we can't find it, but the minute it becomes available, it seems somehow less important. Please don't let this happen to you or your family. Make a vaccination plan today. Make getting a vaccination a priority. You aren't pushing someone else more deserving out of line anymore starting on Monday. It's your turn. It's here for all of us now. The other issue that we will sometimes see in this scenario is complacency. As vaccines are available, the urgency to continue practicing good health practices sometimes feels less intense. I get it. And we need to recognize that that is an issue. And we also need to recognize we might be tired, but we are so close. And I'd ask you to do as your mayor asked earlier, to practice those 3 W's, but definitely make the vaccine a personal priority for you and for anyone you love. Now, if you're over the age of 18 and it's your turn, each vaccinated person brings us closer to that kind of herd immunity that we talk about that will put COVID-19 in our history books. I know that's what we're all desiring. I feel it so close. With all of the clinics that we're able to deliver through partnerships and providers, all the way to these large mega-site hubs, let me address something that happened this week, which is we like to try new things around here. Why do we do that when all seems to be working so perfectly? Well, I'd like to say it's because we're always one step ahead. And there's always sometimes a few hiccups along the way. But because we are so focused on preparedness, it means that you as a community get the best of emergency management and the best of public health. So as we delivered a walk-in delivery system at the Richard Borchard Fairgrounds, the first day it felt a little uncomfortable. By day 2, we were absolutely humming, and 4,200 people had received vaccine in record time through a different type of delivery system. But if you still needed that mobility, you still didn't really have the ability to get out of the car and walk, we offered that hybrid service for you. And so I'm really very proud of the fact that we're able to test different systems in different places. And there's no doubt certain systems work better in certain places. But now we know that neither rain, nor snow, nor sleet, nor heat will stop us now. We are ready to go indoors and out. We're ready to go small, medium, and large. We're ready to come to the mega site, or we're ready to come to your home or to a neighborhood favorite locale. Whatever the location, I can assure you that the excellence and the care and the compassion that each vaccinator gives to you is the same. I said something the other day, and I saw it on a billboard in Austin this week, and it came from a great lady, a great Texan, and I've got my Texas mask on today, so I'm thinking about her. It was a former governor, Ann Richards, and she said, "Life isn't fair, but government must be." Nothing about what's happened to us seems fair, does it? But the one thing I can assure you is that while life hasn't been fair, your government strives to be fair and equitable every day. So thanks to all of you who were patient with us. Thank you for all of the great feedback that you give to us so that we can continue to deliver the best system available. And get ready, because if you think we had a record week this week on vaccine delivery, I predict next week will be even greater. Thank you. We look forward to hearing from you or any questions that you might have.
Ha sido una muy buena semana en cuanto a las vacunaciones, ya que se han administrado más de 16,000 vacunas en el centro Richard Borchard. El día de hoy se llevó a cabo una clínica en la Isla del Padre y en una iglesia para los educadores. Mañana estaremos también en Port Aransas. Nuestro trabajo continúa enfocándose en los más vulnerables y las personas adultas, pero desde este lunes la restricción en cuanto a la edad solo será para adultos mayores de 18 años. Este esfuerzo refleja el trabajo de nuestras comunidades. Nuestro éxito también se manifiesta ya que hemos administrado todas las vacunas que nos llegan. Las vacunas del día de hoy fueron posibles gracias al Hospital Spon y su equipo de trabajo. La próxima semana van a haber 2 clínicas por parte del Hospital Spon. Haga su plan de vacunación el día de hoy y haga de la vacunación su prioridad. Continúe practicando todas las precauciones de salud, ya que cada vez estamos más cerca de culminar con este virus. Si cuenta con más de 18 años y ya está listo su turno, lograremos la inmunidad lo más pronto. Queremos pedirle su paciencia, ya que continuamos llevando a cabo las clínicas usando diferentes sistemas, ya que sabemos qué es lo que trabaja mejor, y haremos las clínicas así mucho más eficientes. Cualquiera que sea la ubicación, se le tratará lo mejor posible.
Thank you, Gabby. Annette Rodriguez, Public Health Director. So we're going to start now with the COVID-19 statistics. So the first slide you're going to see is going to have the daily COVID-19 cases. And if you look at the side, on the right side of the slide, or the furthest from me, I guess, I know you guys are in reverse, 348 cases for that first week up until March 18th, 2021. And from March 19th to today, 458 COVID-19 cases, which shows an increase in our COVID-19 cases from last week to this week. So again, that's a trend that we've been expecting because of spring break, and we're seeing it now, and those numbers are still going up. So again, like the judge has mentioned and the mayor's mentioned, continue to be vigilant and continue to protect yourself. This slide is the pie diagram that basically shows 37,559 people have recovered from COVID-19, but in addition, you see that 948 cases are active, which means that they have COVID-19 currently in Nueces County, so they can still spread the virus. 746 deaths for a total of 39,253 COVID-19 cases in Nueces County since last March of 2020. The hospitalizations on the graph are basically, they're trending down, which is really good, but we know that there's a lag. So when you start seeing those cases, those infection numbers going up, you know that you're going to see hospitalizations go up as well. So from 61 2 weeks ago to 51 people hospitalized with COVID-19 today. What I did notice today was that we did have 3 individuals in the hospital that are children with COVID-19 that are currently hospital due to being infected with the virus. This next slide are patients in the ICU. These are individuals that require more than just the regular hospital care. Last week, there were 167 people in the ICU due to COVID-19, and this week it's 146. So again, while you think, oh, well, it's getting better, you know, again, there's that lag. So our cases are just starting to rise again, so the hospitalizations will eventually, in a few weeks, they will rise as well as the ICU individuals. The total deaths, this is a cumulative number, so this number is never going to go down. So, so the number is currently 746 deaths since we first started with COVID-19 last year. And the final slide that we have today is our fatalities for the last 2 weeks. And so the fatalities, again, because of the lag, they look much better from last week. We had 11. And then if you look at from March 19th, where there's basically 0 there, to the present, we had 5 deaths this week. So we had 1 individual that died today. Our condolences go to the family that lost their loved one due to COVID-19 today. So I think it was mentioned several times, but it's worth mentioning again. So really exciting news released this past week that I'm happy to share with you. And just like the mayor and the judge, the Texas Department of State Health Services has directed providers to open our COVID-19 vaccination to all adults starting next Monday, March the 29th, 2021. It can't come soon enough for all of us. We've all been waiting for this moment. That means that anyone, regardless of their occupation or health status, can get vaccinated. There are still age restrictions on vaccines like J&J and Moderna. They're only approved for those 18 years of age and older, but Pfizer can be administered to individuals as young as 16 years of age and older. So while a 16-year-old is not an adult, we still include them in the vaccine eligibility. The health district is ready and committed to continue to mass vaccinate at an increased rate. One of the plans we created was the development of strike teams to expand our services. Strike teams are smaller groups that can mobilize quickly and can go to a specific site to vaccinate. These sites do not require traffic control like in our mega sites, and it makes it much easier for logistics that's required to reach our critical populations. We know that the health district can administer 5,000 doses within 5 hours, and adding the strike teams, that number will be even higher. But we need people to show up consistently, and being registered makes the process a lot faster. Next week, when vaccines are open to anyone without restrictions, we are hopeful that the state will send additional vaccines to the health district. Our goal is to vaccinate as many people as possible before the Easter holidays. As such, it's important to remind you that it's much faster if you register in advance to get vaccinated. While many of our clinics are going to open up even to those not registered, those individuals that are pre-registered will go through the line at a much faster pace. You can register online at cctexas.com/vaccine registration, as you see on the slide, or you can call us, and the mayor gave the number, and it's on the slide as well. And they can help you to register. If you don't have a computer or you're not computer savvy, we'll help you get registered. Again, if you're not able to do either one of them, but you still really want to get vaccinated, just come by. We'll help you register at our clinic, and we'll make sure that you get vaccinated. It may be a little bit longer, but we'll still make sure you get vaccinated. Those that have pre-registered will receive a reverse alert notification that will let them know the time, place, and passcode for the vaccination clinic. I'd like to take this time to bring up an awesome event that we all enjoy so much, and that is the Special Olympics of Texas. The Special Olympics is partnering with Tarrytown Pharmacy to administer J&J one and done COVID-19 vaccines for Special Olympic Texas athletes, coaches, family members of the athletes, volunteers, and other unified partners ages 18 and over. To register for the J&J one and done vaccine, you can register online using the form on this page, the www.sotx.org/vaccine. The sign-up feature will be available until Monday midnight, March 29th, or until vaccine availability has been reached. Tarrytown Pharmacy has been providing COVID-19 immunizations through traveling vaccination clinics in 15 different cities across Texas, and clinics will continue over the course of several weeks. In closing, the Texas Department of State Health Services also notified us today that we had 2 additional B117 variants in Nueces County. These individuals were tested at the end of February and at the beginning of March. Our staff are contact tracing them. They found that they are fine. They have recovered well. Unfortunately, they both look like they are community-acquired infections, which means that this B117, as we suspected, is in our community and it's traveling around from person to person. This is a reminder that you need to be vigilant and practice the 3 W's, as the mayor mentioned. We have 3 known variants now. These are just known variants. We have others that have not been tested, but 3 known variants in Nueces. San Patricio County has 2 of the variants that are B117. Jim Wells and B County both have 1 case of the variant. This variant that originated in the UK is known to be more transmissible and many believe more lethal than the original COVID-19. So again, continue to practice your public health strategies. And in addition to that, you can now get vaccinated to help protect yourself. I would like to remind you that many other providers in Nueces County and the city of Corpus Christi are able to provide the vaccine, and they too should receive increases in the number of vaccines they are receiving next week. So it's finally your time. Time for you to get vaccinated. Let's make Nueces County and our surrounding neighboring jurisdictions the community that has the most vaccinated citizens, and therefore one of the safest, if not the safest, community in the United States, especially before we gather with our loved ones next Sunday on that special day of Easter celebrations, a day for new beginnings, the resurrection of our Lord and Savior, a day we look forward to when we will all be protected against the virus. Stay well and continue to stay informed. Thank you.
En las últimas 24 horas se han reportado 60 casos confirmados por el coronavirus. 51 personas continúan en el hospital, 23 en la unidad de cuidados intensivos. El día de hoy se reporta un fallecimiento. A la fecha, los fallecimientos totalizan 746 personas. En total, en el último año, en el condado de Nueces se han reportado 39,253 casos. Entre otras noticias, de las más importantes, la vacuna contra el COVID ya está disponible a cualquier persona. Dependiendo de la marca, puede ser para mayores de 16 años o 18 años, independientemente de su ocupación o estado de salud. El Distrito de Salud está comprometido a continuar con la vacunación masiva a un ritmo mayor. El Distrito de Salud puede administrar 5,000 dosis en 5 horas y junto con equipos más chicos llamados Strike Teams, se pueden movilizar en áreas más pequeñas para apresurar así la vacunación. La próxima semana, cuando las vacunas estén disponibles para cualquier persona sin restricciones, esperamos que el Estado nos envíe vacunas adicionales. Es importante realizar una preinscripción, ya sea en línea a la dirección www.cctexas.com/vaccine registration o llamando al 361-561-1101. Otra información importante es que las Olimpiadas Especiales de Texas se han asociado con la farmacia de Tarrytown para administrar las vacunas COVID-19. llamadas One and Done de Johnson & Johnson para los atletas, entrenadores, miembros de la familia del atleta, voluntarios y socios unificados de las Olimpiadas Especiales de Texas para mayores de 18 años. Para registrarse, puede registrarse en línea utilizando el formulario en la dirección www.sotx.org/vaccine. La función de registro estará disponible hasta la medianoche del lunes 29 de marzo o hasta que se alcance la disponibilidad de la vacuna. 2 personas más en el condado de Nueces han presentado la variante B117 y aparentemente se contagiaron en la comunidad. 2 personas más en el condado de San Patricio y una en el condado de Bee, otra en el condado de Jim Wells, por lo que le pedimos que continúe practicando todas sus precauciones de salubridad. Le quiero recordar que existen muchos más proveedores en el condado de Nueces y la ciudad de Corpus Christi para proporcionar la vacuna, y ellos también se espera reciban aumentos en la cantidad de vacunas que recibirán la próxima semana.
Thank you. Seeing no questions, thank you for being with us, and we will see you next Thursday at 5 p.m. for our next presser. Thank you.